Hi everyone and welcome to this lecture. So here I'm going to present the general structure of the clonal selection algorithm. So let's get started. First, we have the generation of the antibody populations. As with any other optimization algorithm, especially the evolutionary algorithms, we always start with a population of candidate solutions. So first we will generate the antibody population. Next, we will select the antibodies with most affinity, the most promising antibodies, and the user can predefine the number of antibodies he or she will select from a specific population. Next, we will clone the most promising antibodies of the population, and we will perform hypermutation in these antibodies according to the affinity. And this hypermutation is inversely proportional to the affinity of an antibody. If an antibody has a high affinity, it will suffer less mutation than an antibody that has a poor affinity with an antigen. And these three steps are repeated over and over again in a number of iterations defined by the user. So here we have a more detailed structure of this algorithm. First, we have the generation of the population. We have to establish the fitness function. The fitness function will tell us how far or how close a solution is from the best solution of the problem. Here we have an iteration, the number of iterations. For I in range n, the number n is the number of iterations. For each antibody, we will calculate the fitness of the antibody. We'll select the best n antibodies. So let's suppose that the population of antibodies is 20. And let's suppose I'm going to select 3 antibodies. So I can select the 3 best antibodies. Next, for each of these 3 antibodies, I have to clone each one of them proportionately to their affinities with the antigen. So for example, if an antibody has a good affinity, it will be cloned more than an antibody that has less affinity. We also perform hypermutation, and this hypermutation, as I mentioned, is inversely proportional to the affinity. The best antibodies don't need to suffer a lot of mutations. In contrast, the antibodies with a poor affinity to the antigen need to suffer more mutations. And these steps are repeated over each iteration in order to find best populations of candidate solutions. So this was the general structure of the algorithm.